Welcome back, guys. This is King of Weebs here, and today I will be continuing a series that have been done. I have said that I will continue on Discord this morning. I know I have said in the morning. It's like 8 o'clock now. It's not gonna be too long. Because I'm only going to cover the Sasuke retrieval arc and a bit of Shippuden up to, like, let's say the Asimos fight and whatever. So let's keep going. So this is what if Naruto was in the army part 5. Last time we left off with Tsunade coming back, and now we basically we skip to Tsunade healing Sasuke, and Naruto is in the room, and basically, since he is still in the team, he still thinks of Sasuke as a friend, but because it's one of the only friends he really only teammates he really had. And I'll say that once he got healed, he still wanted to fight Naruto, and what happens here is that Naruto basically still tries the Rasengan, and he gets stopped by Kakashi, and he's like, and Naruto's like, "I'm sorry, Dad," and Kakashi's like, "It's fine, but why did you guys start fighting right after Sasuke got recovered?" And then Sasuke says, "Shut up, Kakashi Sensei. This is between me and Naruto." And then he runs off. Well, he jumps off the roof again, and he sees that Naruto's hole is much bigger than his. He thought he was stronger, but realized how strong Naruto really is. And Naruto wasn't really trying. He wasn't using all his techniques, and he's still tied up. He gets tied up and does still meet the Sound 4, and Sound 4 give him an offer, and he leaves. From here on out, the story is pretty much the same. Sorry, there's something on the bed. So from here on out, the story goes the same until the fight against Kimimaru. Basically, Naruto here, instead of fighting fighting Sloppy and not being able to beat him and using too many shadow clones, what he does here is that he makes a few shadow clones, but with 2 of them he basically does a water shockwave, and then with the 3 of them he does the lightning shot. He does lightning release, a lightning stream, and he basically calls it the lightning shockwave. And and it's pretty big and strong, since 3 clones are doing lightning technique, and 2 are doing a massive water shockwave, which is actually pretty OP and can electrocute a lot of Jonin, because Naruto's really strong, remember that. And Kimimaru does get paralyzed for a second, but then he activates his Curse Mark 2 state, and which is basically a easy win for him. But then what happens next is Rock Lee comes in. He's already in his basically gate, and he kicks what's his name, Kimimaru, so hard, and says to Naruto, "We might be able to beat him together, but we don't have time. You have to go." Remember, Curse Mark 2 Kimimaru reanimated actually was stalemating KCM1 Naruto. Just, if you guys don't remember that, just go search up on YouTube right after this video and look. He's stalemating him, and Naruto wasn't winning. He wasn't winning. It was until, you could say, Kimimaru was with other reanimated shinobi, but still, that's a big achievement. Like, the 3rd Raikage couldn't keep up with Naruto after Naruto basically went sage mode, because of his speed. And look at Kimimaru. Man was keeping up with bloody Naruto and KCM. That's madness, fam. And so Naruto basically says, "Okay, Lee, just please be careful." And basically the fight here goes pretty much the same. Kimimaru starts losing a lot of chakra because he's still injured from Naruto's attack, and he does Gav Curse Mark 2 state before he killed Lee, and basically went to get Naruto. Yes, he nearly killed Lee, but then he basically got out of his state, so his speed was immensely decreased. And then Lee dodged, and he kept fighting for a bit, and until Gaara arrived and basically saved the day with the Sand siblings arrived, and they basically helped out everyone else. Sorry, I'm moving a bit. And so now Naruto is against Sasuke. Naruto didn't lose too much chakra, and he's actually able to kind of beat him, but I'll say that Naruto, what he did is that he he wasn't able to beat him because he was in his rage mode and he didn't know what he was doing. He was just doing random moves and he was wasting too much chakra without really aiming or anything. He was just going all out, but without actually thinking of a strategy. It was like the normal Naruto, the knuckle-headed one, but this time a bit stronger. And he still lost. I'll just say that he tried to use the Rasengan like 3 times on Sasuke, but it didn't work, and then blah blah blah, whatever. I have to make up for the story to be kind of good. But I'll say that this time what Naruto did is that he didn't get stabbed by, well, he did get stabbed but and got healed, but his Rasengan was a lot stronger. So I'll say he still lost, but Sasuke's arm and, well, his whole arm was completely shattered. It wasn't as bad as Lee's leg, but it was annihilated. He couldn't move it, and he needed to get a bandage. Well, not a bandage, a cast on it. And basically, he leaves with a broken arm, and I'll say he's losing a lot of blood, and basically he's about to faint and die by blood loss, and Kabuto appears and just picks him up and takes him to the hideout really quick and heals him up and everything. So that's the end of Naruto. I finished that in 6 minutes. That's actually quite mad. So now it's been 3 years. I mean 2.5 years. Naruto still goes and trains with the Jiraiya because he wants to learn new things, and also since he does have the purple lightning, he never used it against Sasuke because he wasn't thinking of it. This Naruto is like a prodigy Naruto, just that he doesn't learn things as fast as the prodigy one. Prodigy one can learn in like 1 or 2 days, while he needs like 1 or 2 weeks. So Naruto is training, and I'll say that he's already developing a move, a Rasengan with the chakra nature, and Jiraiya already has one. And he told Jiraiya, if you know Sage, well, Jiraiya talked about Sage Mode with him, and Naruto asked him, did you master it? And Jiraiya's like, no. And Naruto's like, you should master it, it would be really good, and plus I'm going to master it one day. And Jiraiya's like, are you trying to challenge me, Naruto? And Naruto's like, believe it, how about we do it now? And remember, this Naruto might act the same, and this might look like this, sound like the same story, but it really isn't. You'll understand why. When Naruto fights, he'd well, his ninja way isn't like trying to Taka no Jutsu everything. Like, bloody hell, why? Bruh. And he actually fights for the kill if he has to, but of course when he knows that he knows that people can be changed, he will try. So I'll say what he learns in the 2 years and a half gap. So he's developing a Rasen Shuriken. He has the Wind Star Rasengan. He has the Vanishing Rasengan. He doesn't know about the Water Rasengan or anything because he's been trying to master the Wind Star Rasengan, and he's not in a hurry this time, so he doesn't master it. And I'll say that they don't know about the Shadow Clone trick yet. If they do, I'm sorry if I'm saying now and whatever. I hope you will understand. So now Naruto's back, and from here the story kind of goes similar, just that when they're going to the Sand Village, Naruto is actually a lot faster, so he gets there before his team. And then his team gets there like 10 minutes later, and then they heal everyone and they go after Gaara. So they find Gaara already dead. Naruto's kind of triggered, but he knows how to control up to the 3 tails, I'll say that much, because it doesn't take 2.5 years just to master, just to try to master the Rasen Shuriken. I'll say that he spent like the last 3 months, but then the other and I'll say he took like 2 months to master the, I mean 3 months to try to get a good understanding of the Wind Star Rasengan and the Rasen Shuriken. Well, he doesn't have the Rasen Shuriken yet, but he mastered the lightning release, well, the Vanishing Rasengan really fast. In 3 months he mastered it completely, and the other 2 years was him learning more jutsu, sealing things, and the Odama Rasengan, and also how to control the 9 tails chakra. So he knows how to control up to 3 tails, so he doesn't go fully rage. And I'll say here, when Naruto is chasing after Deidara, he actually uses a vanishing Rasengan which destroys Deidara's dragon, and then Naruto's like to hey father, go get you catch Gaara while I get Deidara, and then Kakashi's like, yeah, alright. And so Kakashi goes down and Naruto goes up. And basically Naruto, what he does is he gets his he says wind release Rasengan, wind Rasengan, and basically he does a spinning motion, and it's like the vacuum Rasengan, but he didn't call it the vacuum, the tornado Rasengan, but he didn't call it the tornado. Or was it the violently rotating Rasengan or the tornado Rasengan? I'm pretty sure it was violently rotating. Whatever. Let's not talk about that. So I'll just say he basically does a violently rotating Rasengan. He said that in the War arc. If anyone's wondering why I'm saying violently rotating Rasengan, damn, that was a lot of words. So Naruto does kind of destroy Deidara. I'll say Deidara while he got kind of battered. I'll say that there was a crater with and there was a lot of smoke around it. Well, not smoke, dust, and and he made the clay clone, and the clay clone looked exactly like him, and he ran away while the clay clone kept fighting. And Naruto found out after destroying the clay clone with another Rasengan, just a normal one this time, and he was angry, but he needed to go back to the sand village to help Gaara. So while this all went down, the fight against Sasori kinda went the same, just that this time, in this timeline, Sakura was called useless a lot more earlier than normal, because she basically got bullied by Naruto when they were in missions, and she was completely useless, to be honest, even more, because Naruto was so much stronger right now that he knew that even a worm could do more than Sakura. Of course not, it's just exaggerating, but this time the 1000 puppets get exterminated much quicker with Sakura's immense speed this time, and punching at the same time. And of course Granny Chiyo uses her 10 legendary puppets, or divine legendary puppets, I don't even know, and they kind of destroy. And also the same fate for Sasori happens, and Sasori does give them location to his meeting place with Orochimaru to Sakura, saying, this is the last thing I can do, and basically he turns off because he's a puppet. So they go back to the sand village, and sorry, they go back to the sand village, and Gaara is still revived. Well, Granny Chiyo does the thing, and Naruto can barely give her enough chakra. As soon as Gaara has been revived, Naruto can barely stand up, but Gaara helps him up, and they do still have that respective moment of Granny Chiyo. And I'll say 2 days later, Naruto basically goes back with his team because he is pretty drained, and that's it for the Gaara arc. And now while this was all happening, I'll say that Hidan and Kakuzu captured the 2 tails, and they brought back the 3 tails, and now they're going for and Itachi and Kisame got the 4 tails, and I'm not sure who they were going for next, but whatever. And they do still come across Asuma's team. Asuma does still put up a good fight, and this time it is a lot closer, and Asuma could have survived if just in the past 2.5 years Shikamaru didn't slack off and stop training like before the 2.5 years training of Naruto. What's his name? Shikamaru used to train with Naruto sometimes and sometimes on his own because he wants to catch up to Naruto, but then he slacked off since he knew that Naruto was going to go way past him thanks to the training with Jiraiya, and he just kind of gave up, but now he regrets it. So once they go back to the village, he asks Naruto to just train him a bit for like 2 to 3 days while Naruto trained him with a clone. While that was happening, the fight against Kakuzu and Hidan was happening, Naruto came back to the village, and then Yamato, Naruto, Sakura, and Sai were put in a team, and they went to go fight or go find Orochimaru, and that things happened the same. Naruto does still change Sai by giving his speech, and they go back to the village, and then Asuma's team comes back without Asuma, with his body though, and they come back with him technically, but not alive. So Naruto does make a clone for Shikamaru, and Naruto teaches Shikamaru how to, let's say, do different types of fighting styles, and how to increase his range with the Shadow Possession Jutsu and Shadow Stitching Jutsu. And Shikamaru is actually, let's say, Warrock level right now because of the training he did in the past, and now he's starting to train again. He's already Warrock level Shikamaru, even though you won't really look Warrock Shikamaru to normal Shikamaru didn't really look too different, but he was a much stronger, much more experienced. And this time, since thanks to Naruto's experience, Shikamaru kind of benefited off of that, and he actually became a lot stronger, and he's already Warrock Shikamaru, let's say, in a week, and then Shikamaru's team goes off. So here the fight kind of goes here the fight kind of goes similarly to the original, just that at the beginning, Kakashi didn't have to fight both Kakuzu and Hidan at the same time. It was actually a mad fight. I really liked it. I always remember whenever I'm talking about this, the fight just comes into my mind. How Kakashi is dodging all the slices from Hidan, and Kakuzu's arms and everything punches, and it was so cool. And basically, what happens is that Shikamaru's like, "I'll take care of Hidan." And he runs off, and Kakashi's like, wait, but then he can't do anything because Kakuzu started attacking, and Kakuzu does still get his 5 hearts out, and Kakashi is able to, let's say, destroy 4 of them this time instead of 3, because he did train in the 2.5 years gap, because he knew that his son was going to train, so he didn't want to slack off, and he didn't want his son to surpass him, and he kind of trained, and he was a lot stronger. So basically, he was like around not Warrock Kakashi, that was way too OP. Let's say he trained a bit in Kamui, that's how he's able to get the 4th heart, but that just drained all his chakra. I'll say he's more like Pain Arc Kakashi. So during the Pain Arc, basically Kakashi is going to be Warrock, and during Warrock Kakashi is probably going to be like after a few years Kakashi, or after the Warrock, just with the Sharingan this time, and you'll see what happens in the next part. So basically, Naruto does still arrive with Sai, Sakura, and Yamato. Sai and Sakura do get sent off to fight, basically to help Shikamaru out, and Naruto does still kind of annihilate Kakuzu, but this time he didn't really have a smile at the end. He was like, this guy, he deserved it. But you know, he wasn't like the goofy Naruto where he missed on his first try. He basically did a water shock wave. Since Kakuzu's heart, I don't know which one was left, I'll just say the wind one was left. Naruto did a water shock wave, and then made 5 shadow clones to do a lightning stream, and said sorry, I don't have the Rona, by the way. And he said, shocking, wait, what did I call it? Lightning shockwave, and basically Kakuzu was kind of paralyzed, and Naruto this time, instead of doing it like a normal Rasengan just with the Rasen Shuriken, he actually didn't want to throw it, but he wanted the sides to hit him first. So basically, he cut Kakuzu's let's say arms, and then basically shoved it into him. So Kakuzu kind of got annihilated as always, but this time a more powerful explosion happened. Well, you know, and basically I'll say Naruto kind of got blown back because it was a lot of chakra, especially because he already had the chroma eyes, but not red, they were blue like usual. And he was actually kind of laughing after, basically while he got blown away by the explosion. He was like, you deserved it, you demon. And basically everyone was kind of got the chills except for Kakashi. He just facepalmed him, facepalm, you know what I mean, and says, Naruto, you'll never change. And I thought you were coming back to the normal one. And because he knows how Naruto used to act, because he did see Naruto around the village, and he used to smile and everything as a kid, but you know, he changed. So I know this was really rushed, but I don't have much time. I know I should have done it before, but is that it's like I'm not getting tired of making videos. I love making videos. I love making long ones, but what I really it's just that I was I got distracted by rewatching some old animes that I really loved last year, like Yamada and the Seven Witches. Also, Tada Never Falls in Love, and what else did I watch last year? These are recommendations I'm telling you to watch. And also, a anime I really recommend you guys to watch is Assassin's Pride. It's amazing. I watched the sub, not the dub. I don't really like dub. Only if I start the dub, because I can't be reading subtitles that day. I like the dub better. But I was watching Assassin's Pride since episode 3. So once I heard the dub voices, I promise you I wanted to vomit so hard. It was so disgusting. And I'm pretty sure you will all love it. And I was thinking of making a new what if of Naruto, but I want to continue my Midoriya what if, and that is pretty recent. So, and plus my what if Naruto was an Adolo burst, had Todoroki's perk, what if Naruto left the village. They're all really unique and recent, so I really like them. And so basically that's where I'm going to end off. It was 21 minutes. It was not the longest, but I guess I'm pretty sure you'll still love. You guys will still like it. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed. Please take care, stay safe, and this is the King of Weebs here, and bye.